Hey everybody, my name is Dylan Cube, and this is going to be a tutorial of, oh, not my real name. This is going to be a tutorial of the 4x4, a very, very easy way. This is a combination of a couple methods. It's mainly known as the reduction method, but I made a couple tweaks that should definitely make it a lot faster, and it's a lot easier than a lot of other methods. So let's get right down to it. This is similar to Lance Blue Knight's method, but this is definitely going to be a little bit more user-friendly, since I had a hard time learning whenever I was brand new to it. This is a QJ 4x4 white and stickered with textured stickers. I was just a Maru, but this is I got this long before I knew anything about 4x4s with screw spring structures. So let's get right down to it. Okay, so this, like I said earlier, is my tutorial. So first step we gotta do is mix up the cube.
Our front door was a man. I mean, it was a dragon man.
I'm going to get a better angle of this so I can get a more upper angle so you can see this a little better. Alright, so this is a little bit of a better angle. I think this is going to help. So, the first thing you have to do when solving the 4x4 is build your centers. And this is a really scary thing because whenever I first picked this up, I was absolutely terrified. I was actually getting a little bit nauseous the first time I mixed it up because I had only seen the 3x3. And this literally made me crap my pants a little bit. So, first step is to make the centers. So what you got to do basically is create these little bands. And this is pretty easy. This shouldn't be too difficult. I find that keeping them horizontal makes them easier. So here's my white piece here, and here's one here. So I'm going to rotate it like that, so whenever I move it over, it puts them together. And now, there's my white band from earlier. I can put it down. I can put it under that one, creating my white center. So, I always start with whites, that's why I did that. One thing you'll need to know definitely is the very simple fact that you will need to know your color scheme. Now, when I began learning blindfold, which I haven't got down yet, I'm still trying to learn about the memorization and whatnot, I definitely, there's my Siamese for the record, you definitely need to have it memorized. And when I was learning blindfold, I memorized that yellow, if I have yellow here and blue here, then red is here. And I very much recommend that you refer to your normal 3x3 Rubik's Cube, which I assume you know how to do. I would never expect anyone to learn how to do the 4x4 without the 3x3 first. Yellow, blue, red. That is extremely important because opposite of red is always orange, opposite of blue is always green, and opposite of yellow obviously is white, which we have made. So you need to know that. No, there's no excuse for that. Hold on, my cell phone is buzzing. Okay, got a text. Whatever, not now. You guys are more important than me. Alright, so again, we have to create this band. So these two are here, but I already see this yellow band that's already been made. So I have to put that up here, up top. So I'm going to put it up. But what that does is that messes up our white. Brought it from under there. So how do we get it up there without messing it up? Well, it's a very simple algorithm. I don't even know if it should be called that. But it would technically be lowercase r u2. Oh, it would have been lowercase r prime. So lowercase r u2, lowercase r prime. Which puts this back and brings this up here. So, now we've got this band here, we need to worry about our other band. So, here's these two, like I pointed out earlier. So, if I turn this here, I can create my band, bringing those two pieces together. Now, we're going to use the same algorithm. This is extremely important to have. If you want to bring this up here, you'll notice you can't just do that, because that messes that up. And whenever you try to do your algorithm, if you've got it over here, you'll do that. You do r, lowercase r, u2, lowercase r prime, and look what happens. That just screws, that nothing is gained. So, to use this algorithm, lowercase r, u2, lowercase r prime, you have to have the band over the one you're bringing up. So you can do lowercase r u2 lowercase r prime, and it'll be there. But it has to be above. This algorithm also applies for using L. Lowercase L terms. Works the same way. So now that we have our yellow and white centers, I know that blue needs to be here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find another blue. Oh, looks like I could have either this band or this band, but since it's already this way, I'm just going to bring it down. And now I need to bring this up. So I know if I bring this one here, it'll pair together. Well, let's just assume I didn't do that and I had it like this. Well, as long as I don't turn any of these, I'm fine. So if I know that I can just bring this up a little bit more and that's not messing up this band or moving it anywhere, I can then turn it and fix what I messed up. And I can even turn it like that too. It'll bring this up. It doesn't necessarily have to be right there because none of the centers are set. So I can put that together. Because I know now red needs to be here. And I hold it vertical. That's how I make my centers. You don't have to. I just prefer it. So here's one red and here's another red. Yeah. I want to bring this up. So always have this facing up, and that's the way to go. So remember how I said you can use the L? Here's an example. Like that. Now I'm just going to get this out of here. So there we go. Now I can make this band. So here's this piece, here's this piece. Without messing up our blue, you can do that and then bring it back. It's very similar. Instead, you're not doing a U2, you're just doing it once. So remember earlier, this, and here's the other band, it has to be right under it. And you can do, there you go. So now we're left with our last two. People are most scared of this one. So I had to learn this on my own because Lance didn't mention this from my memory. When faced with this, you go ahead and do your lowercase r prime, lowercase r u2, lowercase r prime, and you get this, and you're like, what does this mean? What am I supposed to do with this? This is very special, and I had to figure this out on my own. But what happens is if you see how this piece right here is in the lower right. Well, if you take this, yeah. What's up? Okay, well my little brother on Modern Warfare 2 just killed a Harrier with an RPG. Well, with two RPGs. I shot at one and it went right through. So that's kind of So that's kind of weird. Anyway, back to the tutorial. So if this piece is in the bottom right and we move this one because we want these two to switch, then if we perform our lowercase r u2 lowercase r prime, we get two bands. Yay! No more scary singles. And now this is very, very, very important. Remember that if this is yellow, blue, and red, opposite of red has to be orange, and opposite of blue has to be green. So that tells us that orange needs to be here and green needs to be here. So if we want orange to be here, we take this orange, and we move it up. Hey, look at that. Our centers are done. Isn't it magical? Check out part 2 of this tutorial where I teach you to do the edges. Alright.